Hey y'all, Chuck here in Thap Phnom, Thailand. Hey, it's time for another weekly viewers question and answer.
You're my heartbeat, my silent drum that is kicking me till I'm numb. I wanna feel free like a bird in the sky when he opens his wings to fly on by to the beat of my silent drum that's kicking me till I'm numb.
And at the end of this video, if there's enough time, I want to give you a quick update what's going on with our travels. But what it is, it's about multiple people asking the same question. So sometimes I'll put it in a video, or I'll just put it on this Q&A series. So anyway, I got quite a few, so let's get started. First question is by YNG1000. Not sure what that stands for, but he says, thank you for the tips. You're welcome. Quite helpful. Thank you. How bad is rainy season in Thailand? I will be visiting in August. What should I expect weather-wise? I will be visiting Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Koh Phi Phi, and Phuket. I'm talking loud because there's a guy over here cutting tiles still with an electric grinder. I mentioned this in the last video. He needs to buy one of those manual ones that don't make a lot of noise. Anyway, you know, rainy season starts about right now, which is in April or towards the end of April. Depending on where you're at, I enjoy it much better when there's not too many crowds. A lot of the places are closed down for the slow season, but we're not really there for some of that stuff. We're just there for the scenery and the beaches and all that stuff. But you know, we went to Phuket in May, and it rained. It rained quite a bit. We had a great time. We still went out on the islands and did the island tour. Yeah, well, I'll show you a video.
Yeah, water's coming over the side, so I hope it's got a bilge pump.
But yeah, we had a great time. You know, it rained a little bit, so what? We wore, you know, a little rain suit, and we had a great time. There would have been a lot less people there that day that we were there, except they had about 5 Chinese tour groups there. But it still turned out good. We had a great time. But it rains a little bit every day, but not very long. It's okay. Just think of it as Songkran. It's no big deal. It's not like there's always like a big tropical storm where you've got to hunker down and you can't go outside. It's just rain. We were also around that time. We went to Koh Chang, and the island was empty, but we had a great time.
Got some beer. Beer in here.
I'm happy.
Yeah, it rained pretty hard a few times, but you just wait it out, and then it's much better going for me to go to an empty beach and being able to enjoy it. The problem is that a lot of excursions, it's like on the islands, they want to have a big group sometimes. So I went on a fishing excursion in Golchang, and they had to have a minimum, I think, of five or six people to be able to go out. Anyway, that's not a big deal. We went to Krabi, I think, in June, and Krabi was nice. It rained a little bit. We still enjoyed ourselves. Had a great time. I wouldn't worry too much about the weather. You can expect it to rain a little bit every day, but you're in a tropical paradise, so you'll be fine. Next question, Sean Yarman, I think. 2 questions. Coming over for the first time in October and go to Bangkok for the first week, but then go to Hua Hin. My question is, should I wait on a hotel in Hua Hin till I get there and then pick one? And do you pay cash for the cheaper priced hotels? Thank you for any comments on this. Yeah, I'll answer your question, Sean. Again, I always say traveling in Thailand is extremely easy. Here's how we do it. First, we decide where we're going to go, which you've already done. Then what we do is I'll get on Google Maps, and then you can click on the Google Earth. And then from there, you can kind of go in and pick an area that you want to be close to, whether it's some kind of entertainment place, you want to stay near a market, or you want to stay near the beach. From that, you can click on the hotels, and then from the hotels, you can kind of see pricing. And the pricing is going to change depending on the season in Thailand. Usually during the off season, you can count on a lot of that being half price. Especially if you're traveling with a Thai person, let them do all the negotiating at the receptionist desk. It's best for you just to wait outside. But you can kind of get an idea on pricing, but we always just go based on area. And then you can scroll down at the hotel and you can look at the information that the hotel has to offer, and accommodations and all that stuff. That's how we do it. You can go to Agoda. I always mess that up. You can go to agoda.com. I'll leave a link to that. And from there, you can book a hotel if you want to. You can get a price guarantee or whatever, and it's easy to do that. A lot of times we do that when we're traveling on our initial stay, but we don't usually book, depending on the time of the year, more than 2 days. Because what we like to do is get there, have a place to stay, because the way we travel is we kind of take it easy, and we don't want to be, we've got to get to this resort in enough time to check in and all that, so we already book it. And then we can get there whenever we want to. And then the next day, we may look around, we may have seen something on the way, we can stay somewhere else, maybe in a better spot, or we already have an idea where we're going to look, and then we can decide if we're going to stay where we're at, or we're going to move on. But we really enjoy going to place to place to place and seeing everything. So, but yeah, you can easily get around in Thailand. Cash is what people use in Thailand. Now, if you go and you're booking something online, of course you can use a credit card. I will tell you this that I've experienced. If you go to the hotel and you put a credit card on the table, they will charge you a percentage, of course, to use, and I don't remember what it is, to be honest with you. But I think it's pretty high, like 10% processing fee or something. I don't know, don't quote me on that. But anyway, cash is what you need to have in Thailand. And it's not expensive to stay in a hotel or a long stay or home stay or whatever kind of stay. It's very inexpensive. And most people carry around 10,000 baht easily because the currency comes in 1,000 baht. So you can easily carry 10, 20,000 baht. And the room's normally only going to cost you 1,000, between 500 and 2,000 baht, depending on where you're staying at. So cash is what we use here. I don't know, it's been so long since I carried cash around. I'm always, in the U.S., everything's with a credit card or debit card, credit card, debit card. I've gone to the convenience store and had to buy a bottle of water with a damn credit card because I didn't even have $1. Yeah, water is $1 in the U.S. and it's 10 baht, yeah, 10 baht here for a bottle. 10 baht for this, which is about 30 cents. Anyway, I got water on my paper. Cash, bring cash. You'll figure that out when you get here. Next question, Trina Camacho. I'm just curious with what the water symbolizes with the occasion. Thanks for sharing. Trina is talking about this awesome Songkran festival. I just put up 2 videos of the Songkran event, which is, to me, is the most fun in Isan. You can, and Pattaya and Phuket and Bangkok is fun, but you can't really handle 2 or 3 seasons of that. It gets old quick, but out here I really enjoy it. But I'll leave a link to the videos if you want to watch those. But the water, basically, it's a cleansing for Buddha. They'll put a fragrance, some fragrance in the water and some flower petals, and it's for, Thai people love to wash away the bad stuff from the prior year and start anew. I think we do that also in the Western culture too. So they cleanse the Buddha and offering to clean off anything bad that's on you. And the same thing represents the splashing of water on people too. They believe that the water will bring them long life, good health, and prosperity. And also they show respect to the monks by cleansing the monks. And it's also a ritual to get the elders together and show respect and wish them, cleanse them with the water, and then wish them good luck and prosperity. That's a ritual as well. The event is pretty awesome, and they do it every year. From what I've seen, this is only my 2nd time to see Songkran. Every time I visited, I always wasn't able to get here during that time of year. But it's also damn hot. It's the hottest time of the year, so that festival is fun for everybody. Maybe not when I load up the trash can full of a bag of ice, but still, it's fun. I saw in the news the other day in Pattaya, somebody was putting house paint and throwing house paint on the crowds, which they do a lot more dangerous stuff like that, but they get really crazy down in that area. Yeah, it's and to remember this also, it's the beginning of the rainy season. Right after Songkran is the beginning of rainy season, so that's when rainy season starts. Next question. Traciluv and also Nathalie Cruz both asked this question. What is the white powder on the face about, or the red powder? And is there a certain time of day to start with the throwing of the water? This is another ritual. Basically the powder is a sign of protection and promises to ward off bad luck. But you'll see they'll put powder on the faces and say a little, offering them longevity, prosperity, and to ward off any bad things to come in the following year. So it's just a ritual, and also Thai people love to put baby powder on their face too. And I always thought that was kind of weird, but it's hot, so the powder keeps your face from perspiring also. Some people, especially in Laos and Myanmar, they like to put all this crazy powder and then paint their lips red like they're beautiful because they want to be white, Anyway. there's all kind of different explanations on Songkran and stuff like that, but that's just the basics of the meanings of stuff. I'm sure somebody will comment on other meanings too, which I think is appreciated. Next question, Peter Carrington. Hello, Paige and Chuck. Paige is doing something. I think she's mopping. I wondered if you could help me with a visa inquiry. With a visa inquiry, please. I have a plan to come to Thailand in May and stay a normal 30-day tourist visa. After that trip, I am planning on returning in October, and this will be to hopefully stay for a long time, probably years. I will be age 56 by September. My question is, how can you advise me on the type of visa I would require? I have looked at the Thai Embassy website, and it's clear as mud to me. Any information would be helpful and much appreciated. Many thanks, Peter from England. P.S. This video is brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, you know, even if you completely understand the information outlined in the Thai immigration process, don't get too comfortable with it. It seems to be, and all this being said, it's not that difficult. It really isn't. What kind of visa do you need? I don't know. You're over 50, so you qualify for a retirement visa. You got to have funds, either 65,000 baht that you can prove you have coming in every month, or you have to have 800,000 baht that you can prove, or you can put. The immigration office really wants you to have that in an active account in Thailand, but you can go get an affidavit from your embassy proving that you have this money. But when you get to the immigration office, it kind of slows things up because they've got to verify stuff. So anyway, the best way to handle this is to get an attorney. There's several different attorneys out there. I recommended an attorney a couple weeks ago. The only reason why I recommended this person, I'm not affiliated with him, is because he has a westernized background. He was a Thai man. And he can kind of help you with stuff. He understands our needs, and you don't have to have a Thai interpreter with you. There's a lot of Thailand lawyers out here, but you have to bring a Thai person in order to get stuff done. You know, as Westerners, we freak out about stuff a lot, and this guy is really good at helping. But again, I'll leave his information. But that's the best thing to do, is just come here, pay a fee, and then let them take care of everything for you, and then you don't have to worry about it for years. So, but if you want to do the retirement visa, it's easy to do yourself. I'm on a marriage visa because right now I'm only 49, and it's not that bad, but you have to have a lot of paperwork, and it's irritating. The immigration office has expressed to me already twice now to, if I can all possible, because they see that I have enough money in the account that you need to go and do the retirement visa because the paperwork is out of control. They have to turn 2 sets of paperwork into a main office, which here is in Konkan. Then it has to sit over there in the office till it gets approved. And then once everything gets approved, if there's no problems, then it comes back to them, and it's just a pain for them. But with the retirement visa, it can be done in a matter of minutes, approved the same day, or up to 2 days. Just depends on where you're at, your workload. But if you hire an attorney, you just give him the money and he takes care of it for you. If you have any other personal questions about this, then you can send me an email or something. But you can contact the lawyer through his website, and you can chat with him online about some questions. Next question. Quemeese. Sorry. If I come to Thailand, how do I get to Nakhon Phanom? He's not sure on the spelling, but I think you're saying Nakhon Phanom from Bangkok. Well, I do a lot of videos so that way I can refer questions to videos. And you may have seen this one already. I don't know. I don't know yet, but I'll leave a link. I just did a video, and I'm going to start doing a series on where to go in Thailand, some of the places that are off the beaten path that have a lot to offer tourists. So I put a video together for Nakhon Phanom, and you can see in detail how to get here. From Bangkok, the best way to get here is spend 1,000 baht and fly to Nakhon Phanom Airport. That's the best way to go. If you don't want to fly, you can take a bus for under $500, or you can take a small minivan. Now, before you guys say they're dangerous, yeah, they're dangerous. I would try to make sure it's during the day. That's you're safer during the day. But they have really gotten extremely strict on governing these vehicles down to 90 kilometers per hour. And I can see that it's been working. Next question, John Chesser. I have a question. Are all the blue tuk-tuks I see in your video built by Paul Red? I think Paul Red has built a few of these tuk-tuks in his day. Yeah, my father-in-law, and I'm going to do another video again on his shop. I did one when I first get here. I'll share a link to that. He hand makes these tuk-tuks here. You'll see there's tuk-tuks all throughout Thailand. And when you travel from different provinces and different regions in Thailand, you'll see the tuk-tuks change shape. But they're still small little taxis, usually three-wheel taxis. So there's two kinds. Well, first off, his business slowed down a lot. He's almost 70 years old. He really should close it, but he's a workaholic, and he doesn't want his people to be without a job. And nobody's really came and gave him the right price, I think, to take it over. But he used to sell tuk-tuks all over Thailand. They would deliver them, and all over Laos and Vietnam as well. He's even sold a few in the States. He sold a few in Europe, and he's shipped them over there to them. There's two kinds here in Thap Phanom, and in the surrounding areas, even all the way up to Chiang Khon, Nong Khai, but in Isan region, you'll see one tuk-tuk, which is around 70,000 baht. What I've been told, I don't know, I haven't actually went and priced one. I don't even know where they sell them at, but what I've been told is they're around 70,000 baht. And this tuk-tuk has like small tires, like that you would see on a moped or scooter, and it has an actual scooter, moped, whatever you want to call it, engine, a small engine, and they're just powered down, and you see them loaded up with 1,000 pounds worth of Thai people. Anyway, his is the bigger wheeled, fatter wheeled ones, and they're the 3-cylinder Daihatsu engines with the standard transmission in the reverse. The other ones don't have a reverse. You have, just like a moped doesn't have a reverse, or a scooter doesn't have a reverse. So, but he sells his for just under 90,000 baht. And are they all blue? Yeah, because they like to do the same crap over and over again. But you can have it any color you want to. He's done red ones. There's a facility over here for handicaps. It's ran by Norway people. He supplied them with 2 white ones and custom made them how he wanted it, how the place wanted it, because they have to get wheelchairs up there. So he makes a lot of damn tuk-tuks. I mean, sometimes he does 4 or 5 a day, but he has a manufacturing company. Next question. Kelly Rios. Will I take Soy Mafia to the States with me and Paige? The original plan was to take both of them. We were going to go for her brother's graduation. He's getting an MBA in business, and he was supposed to be walking in May. Yeah, next month. So they don't have enough people walking, so they're going to wait till August. But anyway, we got to go back. We've already promised our family we would be back in May or June, so they won't be coming, and we won't be making a second trip with them. I'll be glad to get them to the airport and get them on the plane, but we're not going to be making a second trip back to back. It already cost us like 75,000 baht for 2 round-trip tickets to go fly back to the United States and Evo. It was the best deal that we could find. Even taking everybody's advice. But no, they won't be coming back with us this time. It really just depends on her health, and she's really freaked out about. I'll tell you one reason why I'm saying she's paranoid about her heart, and I discussed this in other videos. When we were in the United States, she took a pill, quite a big-sized pill, and choked on it, and her heart stopped. She freaked out and had a heart attack. They got her to the hospital, they resuscitated her. So that is a good reason to be paranoid, but that's why she thinks she has a heart problem. But she doesn't have a heart problem. But anyway, that's the reason for that. Next question. Khawaja Ramzee. Home cooking and restaurant cooking looks almost the same. How do I rate both of them, and what would be the cost difference? Of course, cooking at home is a lot cheaper anywhere. You can go to the market and buy 1 kilo of beef for like 100, 150 baht, something like that. Or not beef, but pork or chicken or whatever. You know, it's cheap. And the people that come over here and cook, like my mother-in-law specializes in a few dishes, but 2 of them, Maon and Mamu, are chefs. And they worked in hotels and restaurants, and they retired and moved back home. I say retired, they're still working at home, but they know how to cook awesome food. But in the restaurants, it's not that expensive either. You guys have seen that in my videos. I try to share the prices with you, most of the places. We've been to the craziest places. We were in Amplewa. We went to a resort. It was just a windy dirt road, and we stayed in a little cabin that was the size of a tool shed. And the first night we were there, the power went out, and the river runs through there, which is fresh water, and then when the tide comes in, it's salt water. And the electricity went out, and I was asleep. I fell asleep out by the river on a chair and getting eaten up by mosquitoes. Paige here, want to say hi, Paige? Come into the office. Look, here's Paige's head. Come in here. I'm telling a story about how some places we go, we just run into like awesome Thai food out in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, this guy was a retired chef. He put his daughter through medical school. He decided to retire. She bought a piece of land up on a hill up there, and then he decided to give him something to do, retire, and built a beautiful little garden. But anyway, he came out that day. He goes, I don't have much on the menu, but whatever you want, I can get. But I have some stuff I think you'll enjoy. And he just threw down on some. It was crazy, awesome, cheap. Anyway, then we were at another place. And this was a funny video, and I'll share it with you. You guys ought to check out another place is Khao Lok. We stayed at this place in Surat Thani. By the lake. So we stayed there, and in the place they set up the guy to come pick us up the next day and take us down to the most beautiful green freshwater national park. You got to check it out. I'll put a little screenshot of what you can see. But this was the one we had the snake in the room. We went with our friends, our subscribers, our friends from Sweden, and they had a snake in the room.
Here it is. So it is a snake. I don't think it's poisonous.
You have green ones, very dangerous.
Yeah, but his eyes are round, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go throw it in the woods.
Then it rained, like just a monsoon came down. And then
things got bad pretty quick here. Hope it goes by pretty quick. Being up here in the mountains is not going to be fun getting down. But good thing we're on top.
The electricity went out.
Well, guys, the power went out. I don't know what's going to happen next. We're watching a video on the candlelight. Got some fish, some lat moo, khao pat. And some spaghetti over there. And that. Yeah. Anyway, good times.
But they cooked us some just amazing, amazing food. We had such a great time sitting out with the candle and a flashlight and had just an awesome meal. I don't know, the food is amazing and it's healthy food, and I eat so much food here now. I mean, back home we got to rush through the fast food place, and then after we eat, you know, French fries and a hamburger and a Coke or tea or whatever, you're like, oh God, I'm so full right now. I never really get like that. I enjoyed that. Next question, Chris Donovan. How much does gasoline cost there? I've been through answering this question several times. Recently I've been asked quite a few times about gas prices. A lot of people, these are questions usually asked by people that are planning on moving here, because other than that, most people don't come here and rent a car. Paige got me.
Yeah.
So I'll share, this is basically what gasoline's a little bit cheaper than diesel, but most of the vehicles here are diesel or natural gas. But most of them are diesel. I recommend a diesel because of the temperature here and the driving you have to do here. The diesel engine, I think, and you can see some of the vehicles that they look like they should be crushed into a box, and they're still running perfectly. You know, the diesel engine. Of course, they're smoking, but I don't know. I think they like that smoke. But everything is sold by the liter here. So if you're from the U.S., you know, we buy things by the gallon over there. So a gallon of gas is just under 4 liters. It's like 3.78 or something like that. Liters per gallon, so just under 4 liters for a gallon of gas. So to try to kind of figure this up easily, a gallon of gasoline in Thailand would roughly cost you around $4.50 a gallon. And diesel is a little bit higher. You'll pay somewhere around $5 a gallon. Yeah, they don't produce gasoline here. That's why transportation is so easy in Thailand. I think that's why the fatalities are so high too, because you'll see one vehicle's not driving around with one passenger. One vehicle has a lot of people. So when they go somewhere, it's a planned event. And they ride in the back of the van, in the back of the trucks, you know, and there's just people piled in there to go. So that makes sense to me, you know. Like when you're in town, you can take a tuk-tuk, song towel, motorcycle taxi for really no money. But gasoline's expensive. I bought a vehicle and I want to use my own vehicle because I enjoy driving around Thailand and just at my own pace and doing what I want to do. You know? So it's the way to go for me. It usually costs me about 1,400 baht to fill up my Toyota 4Tuner, and I can go around 700 kilometers, something like that. 800 kilometers. I usually don't wait till it's empty, but I don't know. I figured up what I got one time. I think it's like 14. I don't know. I don't really care. Gas is expensive. D. Mark Carter. You should put an R. Dr. Mark Carter. Anyway, D. Mark Carter. I had to laugh when you blew that loud-ass truck blaring some commercial product over the speakers. I like blowing it up. The guy was, as you were telling me that, he was out there, well, not that one, another one, was parked in front of the house, left the speaker going, went and got some food, Anyway, his question is, do these trucks actually drop customers? He wonders. It's just the way it is in Thailand. Whenever there is an event, these trucks will come by and advertise a concert or a sale at Lotus, or they're trying to sell a product in the back of their van, or the back of their truck. That's just the way it is. Does it work? I'm sure it does, or they wouldn't do it. But it's just a way for them to, they don't really have a location where they can put signs up. They just drive around to people. A lot of the times it's because the stuff that they sell is seasonal. The guy that was up front selling some kind of damn medicine or something, I don't know what it was, herbal, I don't know, some kind of medicine. Anyway, I drug this on long enough. Let me give you a quick update. Paige is over there shopping right now. I thought she was searching for places to stay, but I see her looking at more underwear. Anyway, we're going to go to Ubon. Ubon is on the border of Cambodia, south of here. We're going to go for between 2 and 4 days, maybe 3 days, I'm not sure. I'm going to bring you guys along for that. It's going to be exciting fun. I'll put together another video after that of where to go in Thailand. Ubon is an Isan town, has a lot to offer. Ubon has what's known as the Thai version of the Grand Canyon and a lot of other things too, but it's not a normal travel to Thailand tourist places, which is what I love. But I want to show you what it has to offer, and then after that, I think the next weekend we're going to go, still going to make a trip to Kanchanaburi. So we still have a month before we go to the U.S., so we got to do something constructive, right? I'm about to die of boredom. I rode to Nakhon Phanom again yesterday and came back. I did 100 kilometers, but it was so hot. I went yesterday because there's a storm coming this weekend here, and I wanted to get there before the storm, but I got dehydrated and started cramping up pretty bad. And I came home with a headache and just drank a gallon of water and took a nap. But it's damn hot right now. So anyway, thank you very much for all the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me for you to do that. And thumbs up when all possible. Leave a comment. Leave a question. If you feel like I missed your question, please ask it again. Or if you feel like I haven't answered your question good enough or I misunderstood your question, please ask again. So I have a lot of comments and questions coming in, so sometimes it gets a little bit difficult to manage. But I hope you liked the video. I had to leave the dog and the cat. You know, we got to have some virtual pets, right? Anyway, thank you guys for everything. Kap kuma kap, choke me kap, now jerking my kap. And I will see you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.